Hey, soy Rodness. Bueno, de vuelta acá al capítulo 2, acto 3 de la misión de Arconte en Inazuma. Y bueno, tenemos que llegar a encontrarnos con Sayu, porque tenemos que entrar a esta sede de la comisión y sigilosamente con ella, que es ninja. Vamos a ver.
Pretty much how I thought. There are loads and loads of people. If one of them spots me, I'll get caught. We need to get rid of them, or I won't be able to sneak inside.
Tendremos que confiar en Yae Mike.
After I get the document, let's meet back at Komari Tea House, okay? Also, if I do get caught, please come rescue me.
Oh.
Is this really a good idea? Anyway, let's make our way to the statue. Careful does it. Watch out for guards and don't get caught.
Ok, vayamos a la estatua. Vamos a ver qué sucede con Sayu. Espero que salga todo bien. Bien, se supone que tenemos que ir acá arriba a la estatua. Vamos allá. Ok, este es el punto. ¿Qué hay que hacer acá? Oh. Bien, ok, hay que pasar por eso. ¿Por dónde voy? Es que no sé. Hay varios caminos. Vamos a ir por aquí. ¿Por dónde? Ajá, ya encontré el camino. Oh, ¿qué hice? Afortunadamente tengo... Esperen. Un momentico, ¿qué me pasa? Ok, tengo a Kazuha, por favor. Es que no tengo a Kazuha, no puedo escogerlo, claro. Solo estamos con la Traveler. Vamos a ir por aquí. Se supone que no me tienen que atrapar. Uy, aquí hay gente. Vamos a irnos por un lado. Por aquí es buen sitio para escabullirse. Ajá, al otro me fue a buscar. ¡Ay, me están viendo! Entra rápido. Ok, entramos al Tecomorera. A salvos. Ok. Tenemos que hablar con Kamisato Ayaka.
Well, how did it go?
Ok, ni yo misma lo sé.
Well done. Let's wait for news from Sayu.
Un tiempo después.
I know exercise helps you grow, but this was a little too much exercise. I feel so dizzy. Everyone is spinning. No, I can't sleep yet. There was something important I was supposed to do first. Oh, right, yeah, I got it. I didn't know how to find a document you guys were talking about, so I just swiped a whole bunch of stuff that looks suspicious. Here you go. I'm going to...
My lady, what are we looking at?
This sealed envelope must be an official report that the Tenryou Commission is preparing to present to the Shogun. In addition, we have correspondence with the Fatui. It seems that Gujiyae was right. They have been fomenting unrest behind the scenes. This should be ample evidence. Please take them to Gujiyae. I trust she will have a plan for the next step. I will also gather some people to try and root out the rest of the Fatui in Inazuma.
Still, mind yourself when you face the Shogun. I still get goosebumps just thinking about her drawing that blade.
Again, we'll just have to trust Gujiyae. She is close to the Shogun, so maybe she will have a way.
If Paimon remembers correctly, it should be time for a meeting with Yae Miko soon. Let's pack up our things and get ready to head to the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Listo, entonces llevemos estas pruebas al santuario de Narukami, al gran santuario de Narukami. Vamos a teletransportarnos directamente. A ver, vamos a mostrar las pruebas a Kujou Sara.
Lady Guji, here I am, as promised. Rest assured I came here alone and told no one about this trip.
I knew you would keep your promise after all. I'm sure you've barely been able to take your mind off it these past few days. Have you managed to get any sleep at all?
You're quite mistaken. I would never doubt the leaders of my clan. So, where is your proof?
Ah, how wonderful. Everyone's keeping their promises today.
Oh, you wouldn't believe what we had to go through to get our hands on this stuff.
Hand them to Sara. She can examine them for herself.
What is this? I see this document bears the official seal of the head of the Kujou clan. and it doesn't look like a forgery. I don't understand. Not a single word about the resistance, Sangonomiya, or the situation on the front line. What about the soldiers who gave their lives on the front line, or the hardship endured by the people? Do they deserve no mention? Utter disregard for human life. Why would they want to hide it?
For the sake of the Vision Hunt decree, of course. Don't you think the Shogun might reconsider her policy if all of the things you just mentioned appeared in this report?
So, the Tenryou Commission, they are deliberately deceiving the Shogun?
Yes. Now, who else do you think might be benefiting from the Vision Hunt decree?
También tengo una carta confidencial
This
aquí.
is a letter from the Tenryou Commission to the Fatui. The head of the Kujou clan kept this a secret from the Shogun, too.
Well, the things you wanted to see but also wished not to see are here before you. Surely, you aren't planning to turn a blind eye to them?
So everything I've ever held on to, it's all... How could they? Ugh! This betrayal is unforgivable! Takayuki, you've got some explaining to do!
Kujou Sara seems pretty angry, huh? Looks like our Tenryou rebellion is successfully underway.
El ejército de la Shogun quedó sin un líder por ahora.
Yep. Let's catch up with her.
Hold on, traveler. There's something else we need to discuss.
Huh?
Last time you entered the plane of Eutimia, it was in front of the statue of the omnipresent god, correct?
Así es.
You must find a way to recreate the circumstances of that day. If you can get the Raiden Shogun to open her heart to you once more before the statue of the omnipresent god, you will have the opportunity you need.
Ok, ya, lo
Take
intentaré.
this with you as a farewell gift.
What is it?
The omamori from the Grand Narukami Shrine are very potent indeed. I thought I'd put one aside for you.
Ok, lo atesoraré.
If you find yourself at your wit's end, take it out and see what happens. Maybe your prayers will be answered and all your problems will disappear in the blink of an eye. Or if you ever think about me during your journey, take it out, won't you? Who knows? Maybe I'll just end up appearing right in front of you.
Cut it out, Fox Lady. This isn't the time or place to be poking fun at the traveler.
I'm sorry. Well then, time for you to face my hopeless fool of a friend. I'm counting on you.
Bien. Algo me dice que eso que me dio Yae, que se llama Omamori, va a ser útil y necesario para la historia. Así que vayamos directamente hacia donde nos dicen que vamos a presentar. Allá tenemos a Kujou Sara. Ok, ella llegó bien, ella salió bien molesta al santuario, así que vamos a ver qué sucede.
You followed me here? You've got guts, I'll give you that. Since you are a witness, I suppose I can shield you from arrest. At least until I have received an explanation from Takayuki. But if it turns out that you have been deceptive in this matter, then not only will you be arrested immediately, but you'll also be charged with one more crime. Do I make myself clear?
Ok, ve por delante.
Good.
Bien, vamos a seguir a Kujou Sara. Oye, esto se ve interesante. Vamos a ver qué sucede. Ya podemos entrar aquí sin que nadie nos meta preso. Ok, vamos a entrar a un sitio donde nunca hemos entrado. A la Tenryou Commission. A la comisión Tenryou. Ok, vamos a escoger... Bueno, este team me está gustando bastante. Aloy o Aloy me está gustando, así que vamos a dejarla en el equipo.
Apologies, ma'am. Orders from the top.
Ok, tengo a Kujou Sara. Más o menos sé cómo usarla. Recuerdo que... Pero bueno, vamos a derrotarlo primero.
I won't forget this.
Ajá, ahí donde tengo el buff. Ahí me dio el buff de daño. Vamos a terminar con estos tipos y ya. Sin preguntar mucho. Queda uno más. Ok, este señor tiene una alta resistencia a mis ataques críos. Así que vamos a dar un buff. Sayu, haz lo tuyo. Cuyo.
No turning back.
Oh. Vamos a ver un momentico que tiene ella acá. Solamente por curiosidad. Tenemos la constelación 3. Ok. Y de arma tenemos el arco de Favonius para tener recarga. Que recarga energía para ese ulti. Y tenemos ritual antiguo de nobleza. Ah, interesante. Yo no lo fuese hecho el build así, pero vamos a ver qué tal. Oh, se me fue ese, Aquí va. Ah, ¿cómo me dio en el aire? Estaba en el aire. Literal lo iba a esquivar. Ah, vamos a terminar con esto, se acabó. El ulti de aquí lo tengo, señoritos. Hasta que llegaste tú, vamos a terminar con estos tipos. Listo.
Stop! Sara, have you gone insane? How dare you disregard my orders?
Master,
Go on, ask him! Don't let him intimidate you!
Master Takayuki, I've seen the report to the throne and the letter to the Fatui. Please, tell me why.
So this is how my documents went missing from headquarters. You stole them.
Should I take your words to mean that these documents were not forgeries? They were really penned by your own hand. Please tell me, Master. I need to know. Has the Tenryou Commission really betrayed the Shogunate?
Yes, I have dealings with the Fatui, and yes, the report you saw was penned by my hand.
He just came right out and admitted it!
The diplomats from Snezhnaya promised a very generous reward indeed, and all they requested of me in return was to see that the Vision Hunt decrees upheld. For too long, the Kujou clan's position has been coveted by so many. There is no shortage of clans who would tear us down at the first opportunity. So, when the chance arose to gain the backing of another powerful nation and crack down on our enemies at the same time, it appeared to me to be an excellent deal. I simply saw no need to inform you, Sara.
But you worship the Shogun. How can you betray her after all this time and act like it's nothing?
Betrayal? How can you call this a betrayal? The Fatui may think they are using me, but the reverse is true. What could they possibly hope to achieve? When the lightning strikes in Inazuma, they shall fall to their knees and tremble, paralyzed by fear and trepidation. After all, none can contend with the supreme power of the almighty Raiden Shogun and the Muso no Hitotachi.
Este es un fanático, ya lo sabemos, y confía mucho demasiado en el poder de la Shogun, en el Muso no Hitotachi.
Yeah, he doesn't worship the Raiden Shogun herself, but her power as a warrior, especially the Muso no Hitotachi. In fact, he seems to be way too into it.
But Master, what about loyalty? Ever since I was adopted by the Kujou clan, you taught me the importance of loyalty from servants to their superiors. But it's clear to me now that you wanted my loyalties to stop with the Kujou clan. So you were scared that I would betray you one day? You hypocrite! Preaching about virtue just to mask your own wretched selfishness!
Selfishness? I am but safeguarding the eternity of the Kujou clan. I'm quite sure the almighty Shogun would be sympathetic to that. As would the former head of our clan.
Hate to say it, but his ego is getting in the way. If he thinks the Kujou clan is a match for the Fatui, Paimon thinks he's in for a nasty surprise.
No tiene sentido tratar de discutir con él, es un fanático.
I've doubted the Vision Hunt decree in the past. I asked myself, is this truly the correct thing to do? Even though it goes against what I know in my heart to be right. But I chose to obey the Shogun. For as long as she leads the way, who among us is qualified to judge between right and wrong when we have not yet reached the end of the path? But now I realize that the path of eternity is one without end, while this path It has long since been defiled by your selfish ways. So I'm going to tell the Shogun the truth about all this. If nothing else, my conscience will be clear.
Stubborn and futile. Report to the Shogun if you so wish. The Kujou clan's position is now unshakable, and nothing you can do will change this. The Shogun is at Tenshukaku receiving a Snezhnayan diplomat, a harbinger by the name of Signora.
Signora.
Signora's the one behind all this? Ugh, not her again! Way back in Rito, Lady Hiragi said something about the Kanjo Commissioner meeting with an arrogant-sounding woman. We should have known.
A diplomat from Snezhnaya? Well, if she thinks she's leaving Inazuma in one piece, she's got another thing coming.
Sara stormed off! Do you think she's gonna go barge into Tenshukaku right now?
Tenemos una cuenta pendiente con Signora.
You can say that again! Alright then, let's do this!
Let's go. Ok, vamos a ver si... ¡Ey! Pero espera, aquí tenemos un cofrecito. Bien, siempre que sucede algo, siempre es alguien de Snezhnaya culpable y siempre tiene algo que ver con uno de los 11. Ya vimos que incluso Scaramouche está metido en esto. Así que vamos a ver qué sucede con Signora. Creo que es acá mismo. Ok, vamos a subir hasta el palacio, donde debe encontrarse la Shogun Kujou Sara. Oh, ¿qué pasa aquí? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Y esta gente en el piso? ¿Qué es esto? Esto está creepy, ¿oyeron? Ok, vamos a seguir subiendo a ver qué sucede. Esto se ve preocupante. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué sucedió? Yo también me hago la misma pregunta. Ok. ¿Quién eres tú? Takeshi, ¿qué pasó? Ellos ni siquiera saben qué ha sucedido. Señora, seguramente. Vamos a escoger a alguien aquí. A ver, movido con 2 críos. Debería irme como un pyro, ¿verdad? Pero no importa. Vamos a confiar en los 2 críos. Vamos a ver con qué nos enfrentamos. Oh. Un nuevo escenario. Duelo ante el trono. Vamos a hablar con Signora. ¿Dónde está? Oh, la Shogun está aquí mismo. Esperen un momento. Voy a entrar con Kazuha.
The way people charge in here as they please. So uncivilized. If I didn't know this was Tenshukaku, I might have mistaken it for some kind of street market. Have you learned your lesson now?
Oh no!
Oh!
What has she done to Kujou Sara?
The right to punish Inazumans for their crimes is mine alone. Not yours, Signora.
Then I apologize, almighty Shogun.
Signora.
I know. You can't get me out of your mind. But you really don't need to call my name all the time. Don't go thinking I'm surprised to see you here. I'm well aware that you hate me, with the way you follow me around like a dark shadow.
Estás distribuyendo en secreto los engaños. Bueno, también quiere tomar el control de Inazuma.
So you came to expose my crimes in front of the Shogun?
Correcto.
I'm just a Snezhnayan diplomat. I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about.
She doesn't take us seriously at all!
Por todos los que han perdido sus visiones.
Stop talking about people and things that I care nothing about. They were nobodies to begin with, and their names will be forgotten. But now, at least, they get to be building blocks in the grand revolution to realize eternity. Is that not the greatest honor they could hope for in their tiny little lives? Almighty Shogun, do correct me if I'm wrong.
Qué pedante. Por la gnosis de 20, por la gente de Liyue que pusiste en peligro.
That's ancient history. You certainly love to hold a grudge. The Tsaritsa's dream is the noblest and purest thing in all the world. These other mundane details you insist on mentioning, they're just necessary sacrifices. That's all.
Es hora de que ponga fin a esto.
You stop me? For what it's worth, I've grown tired of seeing you around as well. But I didn't have you down as someone quite so foolhardy. Before you go saying something you can't take back, remember that you're Inazuma's most wanted criminal. I suggest you consider your circumstances very carefully. Charging into Tenshukaku uninvited and lecturing me in front of the Shogun wasn't the brightest move. Don't you think it's time you stopped digging? I'm not sure you realize quite how much distance there is between us, both in status and in strength.
I challenge you to a duel before the throne.
¿Qué? ¿Habló?
Proceed.
My, you're full of surprises today. So you've learned to make the law of the land work for you too, I'll admit that I never expected to be in a situation where the two of us were on equal footing. You are aware that the loser must die. Are you sure this is what you want?
Mm-hmm.
Traveler!
Then I will deign to share this last dance with you. Till death do us part.
Por TPI. Vamos a hacer esto por TPI. Y bueno, y por todo lo demás, pero por TPI.
Harbinger power and elegance? As you wish.
Ok, no tengo ni idea cómo va a ser esto. Vemos que es crío, ¿sí? Correcto. Crío con crío. Vamos a ver cómo sale esto. Ok, veo unos escudos acá. Supongo que tengo que tumbarlos para lograr tal vez quitarle ese escudo que tiene encima ella. Ok, he logrado esquivar todos sus ataques hasta ahora. Uy, esos fueron varios. Ahí sí no puedo esquivarlos. Afortunadamente podemos tirar los escudos con cryo. Ok, falta uno, vamos, vamos. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? Bien, bien. Vamos, Kazuha. Tú también tienes algo para vengarte. Ok, me quedé sin estamina. Yo creo que no tiene... Sigues teniendo el escudo. Vamos a ver si le puedo hacer daño. Sí, le puedo hacer daño. Ok, pero con esta señorita no creo que sea buena idea. Sí le puedo hacer daño. Solo que no puedo acercarme mucho. Así que vamos a esperar a tener un poco de estamina. Ok, me está congelando literal. Ya estoy entendiendo la mecánica de esto. No hay... Ok, volvieron a salir estos totem, supongo. Oh, por favor, escuchen la música. Esta gente no me da sorprender con la música. Siento como si estuviese jugando Nier Automata. Ok, ya entendimos un poco, ya. Vamos a empezar a hacer daño a esta señorita. Pero es que es muy difícil. Quiero escuchar la música, quiero conocer la mecánica. No quiero ni derrotarla todavía. Pero bueno, ya entramos en el momento. Vamos de una vez. Ok, vean. Estoy tratando de analizar todos los movimientos. Porque creo, según el trailer que vimos, este va a ser nuestro jefe semanal, si no me equivoco. Oh, este ataque es nuevo. Básicamente creo que ya le puedo hacer daño. Así que... Ok, Sayu, te necesito en este momento porque tengo a Kamisato Ayaka un poco herida. Ok. Nada, vamos a lanzarnos. Oh, mire. Funciona. Ok, aquí lo tengo para curar a la señorita Kamisato. Un momentico que... Ok, ¿qué vas a hacer? Ok, continúa con los mismos ataques. ¿Ya estamos entendiendo? Si no han llegado a esta parte, ya aquí con este video ya pueden analizar todos los ataques, ¿no? Yo creo que tumbando estos tótems, lo vamos a llamar de esa manera, no estoy seguro, podemos hacerle un poco más de daño, porque veo que él tiene mucha resistencia. Miren, ¿ves? Apenas estoy haciendo daño. Y claro, y si lo hago con crío... Listo, pero ya tenemos algo un poco más claro. Mira las bombas de Halo. ¡Uy! Morí congelado. ¿Qué es esto? Porque está dentro de un iceberg.
You have reason to be afraid.
Oh, ya creo que... creo que estoy entendiendo. Eso es como en Espina de Dragón, ¿no? Que... Bien, listo. Yo creo que ya con eso estamos. Bien. Oh, claro. De ahí vienen los artefactos. Los que te dan bonus de daño pyro. Ok. Esta es nueva mecánica, pero vemos que tenemos los mismos totems estos. Creo que solo se puede hacer daño elemental, estas cosas. Así que vamos a aplicarlo. Oh, Kazuha se lo llevó rápido. Pero necesito quedarme acá un momentico a curarme. Pero tiene mucha resistencia esa señora. Y eso que estoy usando crío ahorita. Hubiese sido bueno tener a alguien de hidro. La música. Escuchen eso, por favor. Eso está demasiado épico. 50.000 le dice ahí de daño. Uy, cómo se va a desaparecer en pleno ulti. Oh, se me fue otra vez. Ok, esto no está bien. Me estoy quemando. Literal. Futuras mecánicas para Natlan, tal vez. Cuando conozcamos al Arconte Piro. No, señores, la música, escuchen. Disculpe que hable tanto en plena música, pero es que es bestial. Es épica. Me da curiosidad, ¿será que son los mismos de Nier Automata, los compositores? No creo, porque es que o están inspirada. Siento como si estuviese escuchando épica. Para los que les gusta el metal me van a entender. Aquí estoy concentrado en la música y el gameplay y todo que se me olvida que tengo que derrotarla. Eso está demasiado bueno. Ok, ya, listo.
So strong, but how?
Y con esa espada. Oh. ¿No viste lo que pasó? ¿Por qué? Oh.
I am a Snezhnayan diplomat. You know what happens if you lay a finger on me, swear. If you strike me, I will make sure.
Oh, creo que la Shogun está molesta. No.
I order you, and you, filthy rats, all of you.
¿Qué? No, ¿qué es eso? Ese es el muso. No, Hitotochi.
You are the enemy of eternity.
Ok, acabamos de ver morir
But as the victor, I acknowledge your honor.
a señora. Realmente murió.
Therefore, I shall allow you to leave Tenshukaku alive.
¿Señora murió? La vi completamente desvanecerse.
Shogun isn't gonna let us off just like that, right?
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué demonios sucede?
The air feels suffocating. It must be the Raiden Shogun's almightiness.
¿Qué está pasando? Señora... ¡Ven! Señora muerto. Ok. Oh, Estamos como
Strike from the Shogun and now
en un
Signora's
trance.
gone.
Sí.
She got what she deserved, but Paimon still can't help but feel upset.
Para los que no sepan,
Why
no,
are they doing it? Why are the Harbingers collecting all the Gnosis?
para los que no sepan, yo estoy moviendo, pero no caminando hacia adelante, solamente moviendo la cámara. Sí, me duele. Ok, me duele la cabeza.
Chin up. Let's get out of this place.
Sí, ¿cómo hago? Estoy en un trance.
Feels unsettled.
Ok. Filo del pensamiento vacío. Ese es el Muso no Hitotachi.
Also, when the Shogun executed Signora with the Muso no Hitotachi, it was unbelievably powerful.
Literal fue un solo golpe. Ni se...
Seems impossible to defend against. And if so, we've got no hope whatsoever of defeating her in combat.
Ven que tenemos como un glitch. Es muy extraño. Esto nos dice mucho y nos dice poco al mismo tiempo. El plan de Yae Miko. Oh, ya lo recuerdo, claro.
So, to recap, Yae Miko wants us to go back inside the plane of Eutimia by the statue of the omnipresent god.
Wow, sí, estoy sorprendido.
We'll be like lambs to the slaughter, won't we? Oh, maybe we could put this plan on hold for a while?
Ok, y...
The sound of electro zapping in the air. Paimon can barely breathe. Traveler, are you okay? You're so silent.
Obvio que no, estoy como en un trance, no sé qué sucede. Fuera hay mucho ruido.
Sounds like there's a lot of noise coming from outside Tenshikaku. Has a fight broken out or something?
Es como si no pudiera, como si ella no pudiera controlar, como si la estuviesen controlando.
I'm nervous. Let's go see what the situation is, shall we?
Esto es lo que decía Ether. Oh. Kazuha Goro. What the?
¿Qué?
There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow.
What the fuck? Qué brutal. Oh, la visión se apagó. Kazuha tenía doble visión. No sé si cayeron en cuenta. Usó los dos elementos. Ok. Oh, ok, aquí entramos en la parte esa que nos decía Yae Miko. Claro. Esta es A, supongo.
So we meet again.
Ajá, ya estamos en su plano meditativo.
Indulge my curiosity. What is the reason that I find you standing here before me once again?
Ok, wow, disculpe que les comente, pero son tantas cosas que ya estoy pensando en este momento, pero no las voy a decir. Y primero, estoy completamente sorprendido de lo que acaba de pasar, incluso con Kaedehara Kazuha.
Do you hope your foolhardiness will shelter those people? Or was it simply a means of seeking an audience with me?
Los Fatui engañaron a la Shogun Raiden.
Oh? Surely you didn't rouse me from my state of eternal meditation only to tell me this. If so, then you underestimate me. I am quite well informed about the Vision Hunt decree.
Ah, ¿sabes todo lo que ocurre fuera?
Not so. Only everything that pertains to eternity. The Vision Hunt decree has my tacit approval. The Fatui's actions thus far do not constitute a threat to eternity. Otherwise, they would have been purged long ago.
Pero el decreto de captura de visiones es perjudicial.
Individual ambition is inherently incompatible with eternity. What you might not realize is that all too often, people have far more to lose by chasing their dreams. Consider this. No one will lose their life on account of having their vision taken away. Rather, those who have lost their lives are the ones who insisted on pursuing their own aspirations, are they not? Traveler, your existence is unique in my eyes. There seems to be limitless uncertainty in you. To put it another way, you are the furthest thing from eternity. So, I won't insist that you comprehend the meaning of my actions. What matters is that I tread the path of eternity on my people's behalf.
Este plano de la Eutimia es producto de tu conciencia, ¿cierto?
That's right. Huh. I'm surprised you understand it so well. Anyway, you're looking for a chance to shake my will, aren't you?
No estoy aquí para debatir. Estoy aquí para demoler tus ideas.
So be it. Well then, you who would defy eternity, time for you to enlighten me.
Ok, creo que vamos a pelear con la Shogun.
Do you wish to become the enemy of eternity?
Oh, ¿recuerdan cuando nos entrenaron para esto? Claro, el entrenamiento. Bien. Nos entrenaron, se supone que deberíamos estar... Ajá, ¿ves? Ya estamos bien, estamos bien. Ya tenía razón. Ok, le estoy haciendo daño muy poco, pero le estoy haciendo. Eso lo esquivé de suerte. Eso también lo esquivé bien. Qué suerte, esto fue el entrenamiento, claro. Eso sí no. Rapidísima. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Me dio en el aire? Ah, claro. Ok, no consigo dónde irme. Casi muere Ayaka. Ok, vamos a curarla rápidamente antes de... Ah, tengo a Sayu con el ulti, perfecto. Menos mal que tengo a Sayu. Mira, se me fue. Es muy rápido, es muy rápido. Ok. Vamos a alejarnos un poco. Ajá, listo. Ah. Ey, ¿qué pasó ahí? Tengo la marca de ese ojo. Wow, es rapidísima. Espero que... que se sea la mía también. Ok, no puedo hacer ninguna skill. No puedo hacer nada. Solamente ataques, creo, normales, ¿sí? Ataque y salto. Y el dash. Así que vamos a esquivar un poco. A ver cuánto dura esto. Voy a morir. No puedo hacer nada. Ok, vamos a caerle a flecha de lejos. Es difícil llevarle el paso. Ok. Ajá.
Dear me, aren't you cutting it rather close?
Ese era el plan.
Miko,
Ella poder entrar.
This was your doing?
Now. Don't forget who taught you how to place your consciousness in objects. Surely you don't think your ambition alone is enough to shake A's will, do you? Though you alone are here, they too have ambitions, which they long since entrusted to you.
Qué brutal.
Now then, close your eyes.
Esas son las voces de las personas que tenían ambiciones, que tenían visiones. También recuerdo a Teppei que no tenía visión, pero tenía ambición. ¡Ey! ¡Ese era Teppei!
We can abolish the Vision Hunt decree.
Oh, ok. Ajá, seguimos contigo. Oh, miren lo que tengo alrededor. Se supone que ahora tengo el cuádruple de poder. Vamos a ver.
Take flight.
¡Oh! 44.000. ¡Oh! Este buff está bueno. Oh, la música, por favor. Miren la cantidad de daño que estoy haciendo. ¿Cómo hago para tener esto? Ok, aquí vemos que... ¡Uy! Oh. Me congeló por un momento. Me detuvo. Ok, Kazuha, este es tu momento para vengarte. Esperen que quiero terminar esto. Quiero terminar esto con Kazuha. Quiero terminar esto con Kazuha. Lo mismo, haciéndole espadazos como él le pegó a mi amigo. Aunque entiendo que no fuiste directamente tú la que mató a mi amigo, pero también eres responsable. Eres parte de un solo ente.
You've lost, eh?
Yes, I have.
Why can you not trust your people and in the power of their ambitions? These ambitions have transcended space and time. They are something that no one can snuff out.
Cuando las personas avanzan con todas sus fuerzas, pueden superar las expectativas de los dioses.
Is this the lesson you learned from your journey in Liyue?
Sí.
There are nations where humans cast their god aside and stride forward. So are we to just abandon the notion of progress for the sake of wishful thinking?
You and I have both witnessed the great loss that progress can bring. Eternity. Eternity is the only way. When lightning flashes, it casts a shadow. My name means shadow. With my blade, I purged all obstacles to progress. And yet, something was lost with each step forward. In the end, I even lost her. The tales are still retold in the shade of every thunder sakura. But the wounds left on our nation by that terrible loss still ache. Never stop searching, even if only for a brief flash of light. If nothing else, we have the present moment. She said that once. But I've seen a nation stride forward and lose everything to the heavenly principles. Perhaps only if time stands still will the lightning's glow never fade. The present moment is a fragile illusion. Only eternity can bring us closer to the heavenly principles. I am no longer the shadow. Mine is the most supreme and noble form. Let power over the realm be vested within me. In this form shall I honor my subjects' dream, for a land of eternity, unchanging forevermore.
Ok, esto me deja claro muchas cosas, luego lo explico.
The heavenly principles. Irrelevant nonsense as far as I'm concerned. When all's said and done, all you really want is to protect your beloved Inazuma forever and ever. Isn't that right?
That would be something of an oversimplification.
But is this nation worth existing for eternity? Stripped of ambitions, stripped of the potential for change, it does nothing more than simply exist. It is a hollow shell of a nation. I wonder what loss would it really be to anyone if such a nation were destroyed?
Miko, retract your words. Never changing eternity is the promise I made to my people.
But what your people need from you is not your promises. They want your attention. Your divine gaze.
You mean visions? Humans have a lifespan of barely 100 years. They cannot afford to bear any extra losses. But I have experienced it all. That is why I have chosen to guide them along the correct path toward eternity.
But eternity is far too cruel a fate for you, eh?
For me?
Not only have you stopped paying attention to the world, but you have stopped paying attention to yourself. It must have been terribly lonely here, all alone, for centuries on end.
But it is necessary.
You will miss much by refusing progress. You seek to prevent loss, but have you considered all you are losing by remaining here in stasis for all eternity? You are obviously lonely, and yet for the sake of eternity, you choose to stretch your loneliness out to infinity. Tell me this. Why is the sky here that was once so dark glowing again? Why now? This is your plane of Eutimia. It's your inner world. So it can only mean that you are happy to see me again. You have found the loneliness here unbearable for a long time now, haven't you?
I have nothing to say to that.
But I have so much to say to you. Let me tell you all that has happened over the last few centuries.
How long will that take?
As a Fox envoy, I have an excellent memory. I recall every detail of the last few centuries with perfect clarity. So it will probably take me another few centuries to relay it to you.
Miko, I never thought I would have the chance to meet with you like this again. Seeing you again is a change to eternity. And a very nice surprise.
Since you are willing to admit that, I suppose that means we can still be friends?
What a childish conversation this is. Anyway, now that I have been defeated by you and your plan, I will honor your wish to abolish the Vision Hunt Decree. But, with regards to eternity, and the question of whether this nation should move forward, I need time to give it some thought.
You are the one who's been acting like a child from the very beginning. As promised, the Raiden Shogun abolished the Vision Hunt Decree. Finally, her people's wishes penetrated her locked heart. Beyond the plane of Eutimia, she saw what eternity means in the eyes of the world. When one's fervent ambition burns brightly, the gods will cast their gaze upon you. Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory, to inspire hope. But some ambitions outlive their masters long after the soul ascends. They remain as they were in the beginning. Burning bright and true.
Al fin Kazuha se libera de esta carga, ¿no? Y es libre.
For all eternity.
¡Ey! ¿Se encendió? ¿Qué nos trataron de decir ahí con esa visión encendiéndose?
So what did you guys do in the Raiden Shogun's plane of Eutimia anyway?
Ah, Paimon no estaba con nosotros.
Decree abolished?
Todo fue gracias a Yae Miko, realmente.
Oh, gotcha. Paimon was super worried, you know. So maybe the reason Yae Miko is looking for us now is because she wants to thank us. Let's go find her.
Listo. Y ya tenemos una visión más clara de lo que la Shogun Raiden quería con ese decreto. Y es que no quería el progreso en la nación debido a que no quiere que ocurra lo mismo que ocurrió en Canria, donde los dioses destruyeron completamente esa nación. Bueno, hablemos con Yae primero.
Why, hello. If it isn't the triumphant traveler. And why might you be visiting the shrine? A sign of piety, perhaps?
You literally told us to come meet you here!
I was just joking. I've been waiting for you.
Seems like someone's in a pretty good mood.
Mm-hmm. Catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen in years was truly delightful. By the way, I heard that you had a duel before the throne, with a Fatui Harbinger no less. Courageous and astute. I must say, I am most impressed.
Ocurrió sobre la marcha. ¿Qué puedo decir?
Defeating Signora head-on in a duel means that your strength exceeds my expectations.
Gracias.
Still, you did end up victorious. I gather congratulations are in order.
Sure feels good to finally thwart the Fatui plan for once. They caused plenty of trouble along the way, but at the very least, they didn't get their hands on another Gnosis.
Wait a second. Did you say Gnosis? As in, the little thing that looks something like a chess piece?
Yep, that's the one. You've seen one too? Gnosis belong to the Seven. They're what keep them connected to Celestia.
Oh.
What's wrong?
I handed that over.
¿Ah?
You did what now?
Well, how else was I supposed to save your skin from the Balladeer exactly?
Entonces hace tiempo que se llevaron la Gnosis.
The Balladeer is number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. In terms of strength, he is superior to Signora.
Oh.
I'm not the kind of person who risks life and limb for any old reason.
Pero, ¿por qué tenías la
After A
Gnosis?
created her puppet vessel, she no longer had anywhere to put it. As her erstwhile closest friend, A handed it over to me, and I've kept it in the Grand Narukami Shrine ever since. She no longer needs the power of the Gnosis, and in any case, she tells me she has severed ties with Celestia. Thus, the Gnosis became not only useless, but also a potential source of conflict. Is that not a good bargain, exchanging it for the one at the core of the plan? Judging by the results, at least, I dare say I struck a good deal.
When you put it like that, Paimon has to agree. The Traveler is worth more than a Gnosis.
No sabía que yo valiera tanto.
Well, what's done is done. And I hardly think we'll be getting it back now. Let's leave the past in the past. So anyway, you still haven't told us why you called us here today.
It's to thank you.
Really?
You intend to travel all over Teyvat, and the time has come for the Inazuma leg of your trip to come to an end, has it not? As a mark of my gratitude, I will answer any questions you may have about the road ahead or the events of the past. What would you like to know about?
Oh, vamos a aprovechar para hacerle unas preguntas y saber un poco más. Ok, cuéntame sobre las marionetas de la Shogun. ¿Cómo funciona eso?
That puppet was built with technology that has been lost to time. Perhaps she, as a god, is the only one privy to the knowledge of its origins. Still, there is one other thing on this topic that I suspect you may be curious to know. Before A began modifying her own godly form, she took it upon herself to create a prototype puppet.
So, you mean there are 3 Raiden Shoguns?
No. The prototype was merely a proof of concept. Its appearance and intellect were not based on A. It was a test. The original plan was for A to simply discard it. But perhaps A thought this to be too cruel, because in the end she chose only to seal the power within it. Later, this puppet wandered Inazuma as an ordinary human male with his own consciousness, until the Fatui took an interest in him.
Ugh, not the Fatui!
Some eccentric geniuses in the ranks of the Fatui made adjustments to the prototype, not only unsealing his power, but very likely rendering him even more formidable than his original specifications.
¿No estarás refiriendo a...?
The object of divine creation is now the one who has taken possession of the Gnosis, and the prototype puppet is now known as the Balladeer.
What a crazy story!
It is, isn't it? Who can say whether it's coincidence or destiny?
Ok, entendemos más de Caramush. Cuéntame sobre la antigua Shogun
I'm
Raiden.
surprised an outlander like you is aware that there was once a change of Electro Archon. Few citizens of Inazuma are aware of this.
Morat's told us. He said that the Electro Archon Baal has passed away.
Es cierto, ya
Yes.
recuerdo.
The truth of the matter is that there were two twin gods, Baal and Beelzebul.
Twin gods?
They won the Archon War together, and when Baal established the shogunate, Beelzebul became her Kagemusha, or shadow warrior. In other words, she acted as Baal's body double.
Oh, qué complejo.
Beelzebul is A, with whom we are now both acquainted. Baal's name was Makoto. As far as the world was aware, there were not two, but one. They complemented each other, and they ruled Inazuma jointly, so there was no need for the public to know the truth. In fact, the name Baal and the title of Raiden Shogun was understood to refer to both of them. Right up until...
Until what?
Makoto died several hundred years ago in a war that I was not personally involved in. Since then, A has assumed the shogunate.
Losing her sister must have been super hard on A.
Canria, claro.
That was when A began to change. Makoto was her greatest loss.
Paimon feels like she understands A lot better now after finding that out. So what kind of god was Makoto?
I didn't spend a great deal of time with her, but my impression was she was a gentle god, who in each moment cherished the beauty of what was before her.
Oh, eso nos dio una información importantísima que no conocíamos del backstory de la Shogun. Ok, sobre mi hermano. Vamos a preguntarle sobre mi hermano.
Sorry, I haven't a clue. I'm
Como todo
also
el mundo.
unfamiliar with the god you describe. But if you still have doubts about A, I would say they are misplaced. Not only does she not fit your description, but she voluntarily gave up her gnosis long ago, severing her ties with Celestia in the process.
Sí, después de conocerla no creo que fuera ella.
That's good to hear. Otherwise, given that I'm her familiar, it could have made our relationship rather awkward, don't you think?
Don't worry, we aren't looking to pick a fight with you.
I wish you the best of luck. May you soon discover the truth behind it all. As for your brother's whereabouts, I will use all the resources at my disposal to investigate it, and I will also borrow some of Ayato's people from the Shiumatsuban. I'll let you know if I find out anything. Consider it part of my means of thanking you.
Ok, última pregunta. Sobre la siguiente parada de mi viaje.
After leaving Inazuma, I think it would be easiest for you to go to Sumeru.
Ooh, Sumeru! We've run into loads of scholars from there on our journey so far.
Claro, tiene sentido. La próxima nación va a ser Sumeru. Y algo bien curioso es que Sean Lee, en la misión de Arconte anterior, el capítulo anterior, nos comentó al terminar que tendríamos que ir a Inazuma. Es decir, siempre nos menciona hacia dónde vamos después. Así que ya sabemos que Sumeru va a ser la siguiente nación que vamos a visitar, que es del Arconte Dendro, si no me equivoco. Así que va a ser bien interesante. Continuamos con esta conversación a ver qué más nos dice. Creo que era la última pregunta y wow, nos aclaró muchísimas cosas.
Well, Sumeru is the land of the god of wisdom, where the quest for wisdom and knowledge is never-ending. But their obsession gives rise to some truly inexplicable things. For example, in Sumeru, knowledge is holistically managed as a resource.
Knowledge is a resource?
Debería serlo, siempre.
Yes. I don't know whether it was the sages or Lesser Lord Kusanali who came up with the idea.
Lesser Lord Kusanali? That's a cute name.
Oh, you haven't heard. Lesser Lord Kusanali is the deity in whom the people of Sumeru place their faith. It's their chosen term of endearment for her. I'm sure you must have some things to discuss with her too. I wish you all the best.
Wow, esta historia es muy profunda, ¿ok? Y bueno, no tengo más preguntas por ahora, aunque tengo muchas más, pero no tengo más temas de conversación contigo en este momento. Por lo que, wow.
Are you sure? Okay then. Oh, Traveler, do you still have the omamori I gave you?
Por supuesto, lo guardaré en un lugar seguro, tranquila. ¿O quieres que te lo devuelva?
Keep it safe. Is that all you intend to do with it? There was me thinking that you might hang it around your neck to show off to the world, telling everyone who inquired that it was given to you by none other than Yae Miko,
Qué
the
presumida.
wise and beautiful.
Qué presumida.
Your right mind would do that.
Esta Kitsune es una presumida.
Okay, I'll stop. Now, a question for you. Traveler, what is your ambition?
Supongo que reunirme con mi hermano.
I see. But that is merely a small goal, based on what preoccupies you here and now. Your ambition should be something that transcends the world below and the starry sky above. Something that shines in unison with fate itself. Perhaps the reason you do not possess a vision is that such an ambition has yet to be engendered within you. It's a possibility. Continue on your journey, and maybe that moment will come to pass.
Bien, listo. Hemos terminado la misión de Arconte. El capítulo 2, acto 3. Wow, es el más largo hasta ahora, ¿no? Si no me equivoco. Se saca una cuenta rápida, es aproximadamente 2 horas y media, 3 horas, ¿no? Y no me quejo para nada, porque la verdad fue de muchísima calidad y muy entretenido. Además, nos contestan muchas preguntas que teníamos sobre este viaje de Ether y Lumine. Y las intenciones que tenía la Shogun Raiden, por qué aisló la nación de Inazuma y por qué buscaba la eternidad. Ella se refería simplemente, no quiere que ocurra lo mismo que ocurrió con Canria, incluso después de haber perdido su doble, que esa es otra historia bien profunda, donde entendemos que Baal y el otro nombre que no recuerdo ahorita que tiene que es como unos dioses gemelos. Pero bueno, esa historia es aparte y bien compleja. Pero ya entendemos la intención del Arconte. Entonces, ya podemos un poquito avanzar más sobre esta historia. Yo me voy a despedir porque este video ya prácticamente superó la hora. Pero nos han contestado muchas preguntas. Y les voy a dejar este video para que vuelvan a verla. Porque lamentablemente todavía no tenemos para volver a ver las misiones y volverlas a jugar. Y bueno, aquí lo van a tener. Te los voy a dejar acá en 4K, 60 cuadros por segundo para que lo vuelvan a vivir. Y bueno, vamos a ver qué pasa en los siguientes capítulos y actos, porque todavía es que nos queda. Probablemente en 4 años sabremos cómo finaliza esta historia. Que wow, me tiene sorprendido que este juego gratis tenga mejor historia que juegos AAA. y la inmersión que vamos teniendo en esta historia está mucho más fuerte. Así que vamos a ver qué sucede en Sumeru. Y la próxima misión, creo que hay una misión adicional, pero eso la vamos a dejar para otro video. Bueno, muchísimas gracias por haber visto el video. Aquí con Kazuha ya libre en Inazuma me despido. Y bueno, pretendo visitar la tumba de mi amigo, que creo que sé dónde queda aquí en Inazuma. Y nos vemos en un próximo episodio. Si les gusta este formato, recuerden dejar un like, comentario, suscribirse, obviamente. Y wow, debo comentar que estuvo lo que es la música, la cinematografía de todo estuvo a su punto, muy interesante, muy bien hecha. Y bueno, espero que continuemos que nos sigan entregando este tipo de historias tan interesantes en este juego, que es fenomenal. Yo sé que el gameplay es brutal y todo lo que concierne al juego es brutal, pero la historia, el lore del juego como tal es buenísima. Bueno, nos vemos en el próximo capítulo. Muchísimas gracias. Esto fue Esrotness. Soy Esrot. Y no olviden suscribirse. Nos vemos. Bye.